Hello and welcome. This is Nolan Formalarie with Discover NC Homes and Nolan's News, and I have Victor Ragland here with me from Ragland Media. Victor is my exclusive aerial photographer, videographer, and also does a wonderful job filming inside of homes. And we're here actually today at 4463 Wild Rye. A pretty neat story. Good friends of mine bought this home site 3-4 years ago, and they actually purchased it based on the work that Victor did for us and being able to capture the view here. And it's a great story to tell, but it also shows the importance of what Victor does for us. Again, these people built a home based on the vantage point that he was able to catch. So, Victor, again, thank you. And please kind of tell us what you do, what you're looking for while you're out there. What's your process?
Okay, so whenever I first walk into a home, I kind of just like look at the layout of the home, and I kind of study the home. I study the angles of the house, and I just basically I'm looking for the most interesting parts of a home.
Okay.
And I always find out there are certain parts of the home that are most interesting, like the common areas where everybody gathers. So I try to focus on those areas because that's where people are going to entertain.
Yeah.
I look in bedrooms because that's where most of the people are going to spend most of their time. So
Yep.
those are some of the things that I try to focus on whenever I'm shooting a home, because if I'm looking for a house, these are some of the things that I'm going to think about. So those are some of the first things that I always think about. And as I approach with the drone footage, I think about presentation. When you see a house, presentation is everything. You want to walk up to a home that you're proud of.
Yes, it
so
is.
That's what I think about as I am shooting drone footage. I'm looking at the back of the home. I'm looking at the front of the home. I'm looking at the best presentation for any person whenever they walk up to their home. If you have a golf course in the back, of course you want to see that. So those are certain things that I look for whenever I am approaching a home. And I want to shoot the home. I want to look for the best presentation for anybody, and then I go in and I look for the most
that makes sense.
Interesting common areas.
And so many things these days are being done over the internet. I mean, including purchasing a home or purchasing a home site. And I think that perspective that you give it's phenomenal, and it really does get, like in this case here. I mean, your aerial perspective. Talk to me on that a little bit, because again, you're giving a different perspective that might not be here yet if it's a piece of vacant land, or that might not be able to be captured on just still photography in a home.
Yeah.
So are you doing anything special while you're up in the air there with your drone?
So in the air, if you're shooting a piece of property, whenever I'm looking at the ground, first I want to see how big the property is.
Okay.
I want to see how much acre that you'll be getting. Then I do what's called like the tilt down, where you're looking straight down on top of the property, so you can get a good outline of the property.
That makes sense to be sure.
Yeah. Then I'll pull back and I'll get a nice aerial wide view so you can see what's behind a property, what kind of buildings are behind a property. Are you close to water? Are you close to any restaurants? Depending on the person, like me, I would look for it if I was close to restaurants, or something like that.
Something for what's important to you as a buyer.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I try to make sure I show the neighborhood, so that way people can get a good view of what your neighborhood. Like if you're going to have neighbors, how close they're going to be to you. If you see a neighborhood and you're like, man, I really like that neighborhood. Funny story. Yesterday, me and my girlfriend, we were driving down the street yesterday, and we were in New Bern, and she said, "Oh, this is a cute street. I would love to live on this street." So I think about things like that whenever women, they see certain things, and it's just those are selling points for people.
No, they are. They really are.
Yeah. So I just look for the strongest selling points, like what I would think that I would love to see, or how I would love for my neighborhood to feel, and I capture it from that perspective. And I just try to think very broadly for anybody who is coming into that neighborhood and things like that. So that's kind of like my process.
It makes sense too, and it shows. Again, on any listing I have, especially higher end, Victor's done a video, and I think you do a great job with the music behind it, capturing emotion. A lot of our sellers want to keep these videos after their home is sold to kind of to have a keepsake of their home. So, well, thank you for sharing that. I do appreciate it. Thank you for coming.
Absolutely.
And we'll hope this. Well, we'll see you at our next listing. But if you have any questions, just please reach out to us and let us know. Thank you so much.
Bye.